Hey guys, Katie Solitis here for Spilling Ink, and I know today is not a normal show day for us, but there was some big news happening in the publishing world, so I wanted to kind of have a chance to talk about it and let other people know, especially our authors out there who are listening or watching our show, just to give you an update on the current situation referred to as Audiblegate. Now, this morning, ACX released a statement regarding the royalties that were under scrutiny. And while it sounded really nice, they talk about what they've done for the community and how they provide a platform to allow people to find audiobooks and to learn about new authors. They really didn't address the problem. And a lot of authors right now are taking to social media thinking of this as a win. Let me explain why this is not a win for us as far as getting our rights, getting our proper royalties, and being treated fairly is concerned. So all of this lovely flowery language, and actually before I do that, let me put the link in the comments here so that you guys can check it out yourself. So again, lots of flowery language until we get to the very, very last paragraph where they talk about moving forward and effective as of January 1st, 2021, Audible will pay royalties for any title returned more than 7 days following the purchase. So that's the key takeaway right here. And that's what's giving a lot of authors the warm and fuzzy, saying, yay, we've won, we got them to change their policy. But let's actually take a little bit closer look at this, all right? One of our main issues with why this returns policy was unfair is because it doesn't have any transparency. A lot of authors, when they look at their dashboard, they only see a net amount. They do not see a sales versus returns. Now, if I look at my dashboard right now, I've got a -1 on one of my books. Does that mean that I didn't sell a book and lost a book this month? Does that mean I sold 10 books and lost 11? I don't know. That's where the transparency issue becomes important. Without actually knowing how many sales and how many returns we're getting, we can't accurately see how policy is affecting us going forward. Beyond that, they're not offering any transparency. Their letter talks about how wonderful they are in the community, and yet they offer no concession regarding changing how they report. And we know they report everything. They know exactly how many books are being sold and how many are being returned. So why are they not letting us, the rights holders, who are allowing them to sell the book, have this information? Also, the starting date in January, why aren't they starting now? If they were truly concerned about making amends to authors, they would have started this policy immediately and retroactively helped to compensate. They haven't offered any of that. All they're offering is for this to start in January. Now, from this week all the way until January, we are at the most lucrative sales time period of the year. Black Friday is this week. Most businesses that are struggling throughout the year count on Black Friday for huge sales. And you know that Audible, an Amazon company, Amazon makes money hand over fist during this time of the year. They're hoping to bring in as much profits as possible. So they're not willing to make any concessions until after this reporting period is over. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So again, we're not getting a concession there. They did in another email state that they were going to offer a 5% additional royalty compensation for any book sold in December. How generous. We'll look at that number in a second. Let's just look overall at how Audible makes its money. Audible is off of a membership type platform. So standard members or plus members pay about $7.95 for the privilege of accessing the Audible catalog. This just allows them to get in and see the audiobooks that are out there. It doesn't include any credits. A book generally costs between about $10 and $14 for an audiobook. So they're paying that $7.95 plus they're paying, let's say, just a round number, $10 for an audiobook in that month if they get just one book. Now, if you bump up a little bit and you go into their premium plus, that's at $14.95, and that comes with one credit, which just happens to be the cost of a book. So $14.95 is about what they would pay to get that book anyways. So they're paying for the privilege of buying a book. All right, so Audible has their money regardless. So if they get that book, then decide that they don't like it and Audible allows them to return it, Audible still keeps their money. Audible is not refunding any money to them. They have paid their membership fee, so they have paid into the system. What they do is they take the royalty from the author. So let's use that $10 just as a nice, round, even, perfect number. So let's say we've got an Audible Plus user paid $7.95 just for the chance to access it. Now they're going to pay that $10 in order to get a book. They've now paid $17.95 into Audible. Audible has that money. If the book was $10, the royalty split is 60-40. Audible's going to keep $6. They're going to pay the royalty to the rights holder of about $4. Now, if you have a royalty split, that means $2 goes to the narrator and $2 goes to the author. Audible has taken in their money, and they have about $13.95 as their profit for that month from that user. If they were to return that book, Audible loses nothing. Audible gives them a credit instead of a cash return. Audible still keeps that $13.95. And because they debit the rights holder for this, they also pocket the extra $4. So really, the returns policy benefits Audible more than anything else. Now, let's say it was a Premium Plus member and they paid $14.95 and they got their one credit and they used that one credit on the book. All right. So now Audible has their $14.95. They pay their $4 to the rights holder, which could be a $2 split between the rights holder and the narrator. They're still pocketing $10.95 themselves. If that Audible user decides to exchange their book, what are they doing? They're sending the book back. They're not sending money back. They're getting a credit on their account. Audible still pockets that entire $14.95, and now the rights holder has been debited that $4. So the returns policy is definitely in favor of Audible, which is why they are not trying to change anything. They're giving us this appeasement by saying, oh, we're gonna change the 365-day return period down to a 7-day return period. Well, guess what? It takes about 4 or 5 hours to listen to a book. If somebody listens to a book and then returns it and gets another book, you're still having the same problem. And without the transparency that allows us to see what our sales versus our returns are, you are giving us nothing. So while some people are saying that, yes, this statement is a great thing, I want to caution you, it is not. It is smoke and mirrors. We are authors, people. We are the masters of plot holes. How can you miss this one? Pay attention. Do not stop fighting the good fight. The fact that they have made this statement shows that they have heard our voices. It is not the time to stop pushing to be treated fairly. We are the ones who create the content that they are selling. Don't let them to abuse us. So let me check the comments real quick before I go. I didn't want to take up too much time today. I just wanted to really make sure that this statement was pointed out. I see that Rebecca's here. Hi, Rebecca. And Regine. Yeah, exactly. January. Why wait until January? If you really cared, you would start right now. There would be some kind of compensation, some kind of way to show good faith, but they're not. They're going to wait until after the holiday season, after the most lucrative time of year, when they have pocketed as much money as possible before they bother to make a change, and an ineffectual change at that. So that's the big problem. Paul says, it sucks. I signed the petition that the Authors Guild are circulating. Great. Thank you, Paul. This is the kind of skullduggery that makes talented indie writers quit the industry. Absolutely. And that's the biggest problem we're seeing. Because the indie authors are being hurt by this, they cannot or will not be pursuing audiobooks until they find that it's safe to do so. You know, when an audiobook costs an average of $2,000 to make, and we're getting $2, it takes a lot just to recoup those costs. And when we're having that $2 yanked out from under us for no reason, then it really hurts. And there's no reason to make an audiobook after that. So thank you, Paul, for sharing. Thank you for signing. And let's hope that our voices continue to be heard and that they actually make some real change. Because they're not editors. That's true. They're not editors. But you know what? Authors do know a lot about plot holes. Editors do too, yes. But authors should know quite a bit about plot holes. And this one's got a huge one. It's a gaping plot hole. Let's give free books away with a stupid loophole. Exactly. Exactly. Rebecca. Yes. Authors do have plot holes. That's true. Thanks for listening, Fawn. Yes, it's not okay. Please do whatever you can to educate yourself and others who are purchasing audiobooks right now that the returns policy is actively hurting us in the community. Christina, thanks for listening. I hope that other people are listening. Please feel free to like. Please feel free to share this video. We need to spread the word. We need to keep fighting the good fight right now. You know, like I said, it's not a win that we got today, but the fact that ACX is making a statement shows that they have hurt us. and they know something's wrong. And if they don't try and appease us soon, it's going to get worse, because when the numbers are truly revealed, they're going to be the ones with their hands caught in the cookie jar, and it's going to look real bad. So if we keep pushing for fair rights and fair distribution, then hopefully we can get what we need from them. And we got Anita. Hey, Anita, how we doing? Good, good. Keep signing those petitions. Keep signing those petitions. I wouldn't do Audible for exactly that reason. Yeah, and I'm not going to be doing Audible going forward either. Unfortunately, I've got about 8 titles with them right now, and I did a royalty share because I couldn't afford the per finished hour cost of producing the book. So I'm locked in for 7 years, and I can't do anything. But going forward, I will not be choosing ACX. I will not be working direct with Audible. It's not a company I can trust, and that's the bottom line. Send you the petition link. You know what? I will put the petition link in the notes. I know I have it somewhere. Yeah, after I get off, I will put it into the notes so that you can grab that, because that we do need to share around as much as possible. And you're right, Rebecca. I don't need to be reading to trip over my own words. That's just what it is. So this is me, warts and all. I stumble all the time. All right, guys. Like I said, I didn't want to take up too much time, but I really wanted to make sure that we pointed out some of these glaring issues with the statement that was made today. But again, keep fighting the good fight. I will share the links in the show notes below in just a few minutes, so check that out. I'll also share them over again on Facebook and on Twitter. Follow the hashtag of AudibleGate to find out all the information of what's going on right now, and do what you can to please share and get the word out. We need to make sure that they do right by us rights holders. All right, I'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks for listening.